A wedding is a beautiful blend of emotions, love, joy, hope, and also family bonds. And when your own kin leaves you out of such an important event, it cuts deep, especially if you have always been close. Our protagonist has been left out, and she doesn't know why. Let's find out what happens next. The mug slipped from my hands and shattered against the kitchen tile, but I barely noticed. My eyes were locked on my phone, photo after photo of smiling faces at my cousin Fiona's bridal shower. 34 guests, every relative I could name, everyone except me. The sting cut deeper because just last month I'd sent Fiona a handwritten card, even offered to design her wedding materials as a gift. And now I sat alone in my Portland condo, realizing this wasn't an oversight, it was deliberate. I dialed my mother. There was a shower. Why wasn't I invited? Her sigh was heavy. Malane thought you make everything about yourself. Fiona deserves her special day. Drama, that was the word she used. As if my very existence was drama. I called Aunt Malane next. Why wasn't I invited? Her tone was clipped cold. You shouldn't be there. We've all discussed this. Fiona deserves a day that's just hers. I hung up, trembling, but a strange clarity began to settle. This wasn't a mistake. It was erasure. When we face exclusion from our own family, it's natural to feel hurt, confused, and even angry. The protagonist's feelings are completely valid. In her case, it's not a mistake. Someone has deliberately left her out, and this action leads to a series of hurtful events. The next morning, my phone buzzed, a group text accidentally including me. Good thing we didn't invite Ocean, less drama. Then it disappeared, deleted, but not before I captured the screenshot. Proof. I drove to my parents' house, phone in hand. Screenshot burning like a live coal. Mom's face didn't show surprise, only resignation. We all agreed it would be easier this way. Fiona deserves a wedding without complications. Complications. That's what I was now. You're trying to erase me, I said, voice shaking. Everyone already believes I'm difficult because that's what you've told them. She looked away. Perhaps you should make other plans for May. The betrayal crystallized. I had no place in their story. As days go by, the protagonist experiences more snubs, proving her family's intentions are clear. The feeling of exclusion intensifies, but it also brings a strong sense of clarity. It seems her family wants her out of their lives. And her mother's comment that she makes things about herself shows that they believe she is selfish. That night, my best friend Ela came over with Thai food and wine. She listened without judgment, then said the words I'd been too afraid to think. This is manipulation, Ocean. They're gaslighting you into believing you're the problem. Her voice was a lifeline, but the family machine worked fast. Relatives messaged me. Why are you making drama? My grandmother called, convinced I'd refused the invite out of jealousy. Then clients started pulling out. People who played tennis with my uncle, who went to church with Marlene, my business, my reputation, unraveling at the seams. For weeks I shrank from familiar coffee shops and grocery stores, avoiding their allies. Every text, every glance at social media sent my pulse racing. It felt like I was being erased, not just from a wedding, but from my own life. In times of isolation, reaching out to friends and loved ones can help us process complex emotions. Isla provides emotional support, but even so, the protagonist is still overwhelmed. The experience of being alienated can be quite overwhelming. You may feel isolated, anxious, and unsure of what to do next. At this point, the protagonist feels like she's losing her identity due to the constant fear and isolation. Then came the turning point. Isla invited me to Santa Barbara for a shoot, a working vacation, she called it. And there I met Matteo, a quiet man who restored a seaside villa with golden light pouring through its windows. On his terrace one evening, as the sun sank into the Pacific, a thought formed. What if I stopped fighting to be included in their story and wrote my own? Matteo encouraged me. Isla offered her camera. Friends stepped forward, and slowly, a plan took shape. Not a reaction, not revenge, but a celebration of authenticity. May 15th, 18 guests, our joy, not their judgment. When Aunt Marlene heard, she called instantly. Coincidence or not, your little party is the same day as Fiona's wedding. Family will take sides. Her voice dripped with threat. But I was done rearranging my joy to fit their demands. The date stays, I said. Anyone who wants to attend can follow their heart. Facing exclusion can be disheartening, but it can also serve as a wake-up call, pushing us to discover hidden strengths and seek new connections. The protagonist decides not to compete with her family's event and chooses to plan her own authentic celebration. That week, my designer friend Zoya sent fabrics. Greg offered catering. My therapist suggested a venue. By April, my wedding looked like magic. Hand-pressed botanical prints, flower arrangements in amber and sage, playlists curated with love. Isla photographed everything. Thomas selected the wine. Gianna arranged flowers from local markets. Each detail reflected connection, not performance. And then it went viral. 80,000 likes. Blogs praising our authenticity. Clients reaching out, tripling my business overnight. While my family's $95,000 hotel wedding faded from memory, my little gathering defined a new kind of celebration. While facing rejection from family can be painful, it can also open doors to personal growth and unexpected opportunities. The protagonist's decision to walk away from her family's toxic dynamics allows her to forge new relationships and discover a different path to happiness. Weeks later, Aunt Marlene sent a letter demanding I withdraw from the magazine feature out of respect for Fiona's privacy. She paused. Was all this necessary? The showcase, the magazine, were you so desperate to make a point? I studied them and for the first time felt compassion. You think this is about you. It's not. It's about me finally celebrating without fear you'll twist it. Marlene left in silence. Fiona glanced back, conflicted, and me, I stood taller than I ever had. When facing exclusion, it's important to remember that you are not your family's drama. You are worthy of love and belonging. The protagonist learns to forgive her family, realizing that their actions are more about their own issues than about her. So here's the truth I've learned. Family can write you out of their story, but they can't erase your worth. You can fight to be included or walk away and build something that's truly yours. Your story might not have a happy ending with your family, but it can have a beginning with you. In moments of exclusion, reaching out for support and understanding from others can be crucial. Sharing your experiences can help you heal and find strength in knowing you're not alone. And if you are experiencing exclusion right now, know that you're not alone. And while it may be hard to imagine, it won't last forever. There's a whole world full of kindness and acceptance waiting for you. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with those who might find strength in this story.